Mr. Painter, do you think Senator Gillibrand is a crook?
No, and I do not think all politicians are crooks.
And why did you call her a crook?
I did not call her a crook. Now, Senator, you need to focus
here's
on
I'm
this
looking
bill.
right now.
You're doing this again. You did it the last hearing. You need to read the bill.
Gillibrand's role in stablecoin regulation, $217,000 in crypto donations. You tweeted that.
Yes, I do.
And then you said, the crypto industry is buying Congress and the White House. This won't end well. Why do you think the crypto industry is buying Senator Gillibrand?
I said, look at the campaign contributions from this industry.
You think they've bought her?
No, I said, look at the campaign contributions.
You said they bought her. Do you think
Hey
they
everyone, welcome back to Congress Lens. Audrey here. Listen, today's video had me stunned. We just watched Senator John Kennedy walk into a digital assets hearing and do what Senator John Kennedy always does best: cut through the nonsense and speak plain truth when everyone else is dancing around it. Right from the start, Senator John Kennedy makes it clear, Congress is out of its depth when it comes to regulating crypto. And honestly, Senator John Kennedy is right. You can practically feel the confusion on that panel. But instead of pretending to understand what they don't, Senator John Kennedy holds everyone accountable, including witnesses who tried to sidestep simple questions. And then, that heated exchange with Richard Painter? Phew. That moment alone shows why we need lawmakers who won't let baseless accusations slide, especially when they're aimed at other senators. Senator John Kennedy didn't sit back. Senator John Kennedy called it out on the spot. This entire hearing is wild, and honestly, if you care about digital assets, accountability, or just seeing a politician who actually asks the questions the rest of us are thinking, you're going to want to watch this. Before we roll the snippet, make sure you hit that subscribe button, tap the like, and drop a comment telling me, is Senator John Kennedy justified in calling out the witnesses?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, ma'am. Senator Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've listened with great interest today, and here's what I hear you saying. The four folks to my left, I hear you saying that digital assets are different. Digital assets hold great promise. Digital assets need special rules. I agree with that. The obvious question is, what should those rules be, and to what extent should we allow you to draft them? I've also heard some of you say that digital assets represent the next generation of the internet. Well, we let the current generation of the internet draft their own rules. And frankly, it looks like what we got as a result looks like somebody knocked over a urine sample. Congress can't even agree on basic legislation dealing with privacy on the internet. How the hell are we going to tackle this? But I hear what you're saying. I hear Mr. Painter, as usual, if you follow him on social media, you know, all politicians are crooks. Very helpful. I want to direct most of my questions to Professor Massad. Is that how you say your name?
Massad.
Mr. Massad. I'm really worried we're going to get this wrong. We don't know, we in Congress and our staffs don't know as much as the professionals in digital assets know. And I don't see how we can possibly catch up. Tell me more about your idea of having the SEC. Well, first, I don't want to run out of time here, but why is the digital assets industry so scared of being regulated by the SEC?
Well, I think we need to step back, Senator.
Briefly, please.
They don't want everything treated as a security because they don't want that entire framework to apply. But that's also because the SEC did fail to try to customize its rules to adapt for this technology, and it should do that. And you've got leadership at the agencies now who are working on those things.
You're suggesting that we turn to two of our agencies, one of which is the SEC, and say, you have expertise. Before we take a crack at a bill, you come up with a bill with rules, with regulations. Tell us how to do this. Because I hear you saying in some cases digital assets are commodities, in some cases they're securities.
Congress needs to fill the gap, which is if it's not a security, who's going to create a regulatory framework for it? So you do need to fill that. But these questions about exactly which is when is it a security, when is it not a security, how do we customize the rules, what should we do about DeFi, a lot of that should really be left to the agencies. You could establish some principles, but I wouldn't write detailed rules.
Have you looked, Professor, at Congressman Hill's legislation?
I have in detail.
What do you think?
I think it's got a lot of problems. I think it's 236 pages of regulatory arbitrage opportunities for creative lawyers, and I used to be one that did that kind of stuff.
Made a lot of money, did you?
I did, but...
Mr. Painter, do you think Senator Gillibrand is a crook?
No, and I do not think all politicians are crooks. And
why did you call her a crook?
I did not call her a crook. Now, Senator, you need to focus on this bill. Right, you're doing this again. You did it at the last hearing. You need to read the bill.
Role in stablecoin regulation, $217,000 in crypto donations. You tweeted that.
Yes, I do.
And then you said, the crypto industry is buying Congress and the White House. This won't end well. Why do you think the crypto industry is buying Senator Gillibrand?
I said, look at the campaign contributions from this industry.
You think they bought her?
No, I said, look at the campaign contributions.
You said they bought her. Do you think they bought her?
Senator, you need to focus on this bill instead of trying to distort my Twitter.
Last time, one of my
you
colleagues
were quoting what a Marxist in Chicago said about
And what evidence do you have
no
that she's
sense.
a crook?
I said there is massive amount of campaign contributions coming into this Congress from the crypto industry.
Do you want to apologize to Senator Gillibrand?
I do not want you to have to apologize for passing legislation
do you want to
that
apologize
destroys
to
our
Senator
economy.
Gillibrand for calling
you are distorting what I said, just like you did in the last hearing. You're wasting everybody's time, Senator.
You're a whack job.
Senator,
you are
wasting.
Well, I think we are
next level whack job.
I think we are.
Is this middle school, Senator?
Senators and witness, thank you both.
I think you should apologize, Senator.
I think, Senator, you're wasting our time. This is not middle school.
Thank you for your participation. I will say that Senator Smith is next. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So,
All right, we're back. And wow, that was a hearing. Let's break this down because Senator John Kennedy once again proved why Senator John Kennedy stands out in these committee rooms. The first thing that jumps out is how Senator John Kennedy cuts straight through all the polished talking points. While the witnesses are busy giving long, vague answers about how digital assets are the future and we need special rules, Senator John Kennedy asks the one question everyone else avoids. Who should make these rules, and why should we trust you to write them? That's the entire issue right there. The industry wants regulation, but only the kind of regulation that benefits the industry. Senator John Kennedy sees that game a mile away. And when Senator John Kennedy presses the professor about why digital asset companies fear the SEC, the truth comes out. They don't want everything treated as a security because that actually makes them follow real rules. Exactly. That's what Senator John Kennedy was getting at the entire time. And then comes the part that completely shifts the energy in the room, the back and forth with Richard Painter. Now, let me say this. When Senator John Kennedy pulled up Painter's tweet about Senator Gillibrand supposedly being influenced by crypto money, I literally paused the video. Painter tried to dance around it, but Senator John Kennedy stayed locked in. Did you call her a crook? Did you say crypto money is buying Congress? This is what I respect about Senator John Kennedy. Senator John Kennedy doesn't let people say one thing online and another thing in a hearing. Senator John Kennedy forces them to own it. Painter got defensive, lost his cool, and suddenly he's accusing Senator John Kennedy of twisting his words. But the moment Painter started deflecting, Senator John Kennedy reminded him, and everyone watching, that the hearing is about the bill, not excuses. And when it escalated to Senator John Kennedy calling Painter a whack job, honestly, that summed up the frustration all of us felt watching Painter dodge question after question. Was it heated? Was it unprofessional? Maybe. Was it honest? Absolutely, and that's why people trust Senator John Kennedy. Senator John Kennedy refuses to let witnesses take cheap shots at lawmakers or flood the process with political theatrics. Senator John Kennedy wants clarity, accountability, and straight answers, and if someone can't give that, Senator John Kennedy will say so out loud. At the end of the day, Senator John Kennedy's message is simple. Congress shouldn't pretend to understand crypto better than the experts, but Congress also shouldn't let the experts write self-serving laws. And that is exactly the balance we need. If Congress takes Senator John Kennedy's approach, skeptical, tough, and focused, then maybe we'll finally get real digital asset regulation that protects the public instead of special interests. Let me know in the comments. Do you think Senator John Kennedy was right to confront Richard Painter like that? And should agencies like the SEC write the rules before Congress does?